Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 devastating figure skating Olympic falls.
That is so upsetting. And they won't be able to continue.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most emotionally and physically crushing figure skating falls that ever occurred at the Winter Games. Prepare for heartbreak. Which do you think is the worst fall? Skate into the comments. Number 10. Barbara Underhill and Paul Martini, 1984 Winter Olympics, Sarajevo. Ordinarily, pride comes before a fall.
They're very good looking, they've got great speed and great energy, and they have a shot at any one of the medals in this competition.
But in the case of Canada's figure skating pair, Barbara Underhill and Paul Martini, they could say that a big fall gave them the impetus to get up and give it their all. A disastrous showing in the Sarajevo Olympic Games saw Underhill slipping and sliding underneath Martini, tripping him up too. The fault was placed on both of them for their proximity to each other and attempt to do the move in the first place. Yet, despite leaving the 1984 Winter Olympics at an all-time low, the pair made a return to the rink just weeks later for the 1984 World Figure Skating Championship, and became the first Canadian winners in history. Number 9. Ty Babylonia and Randy Gardner, 1980 Winter Olympics, Lake Placid. Sometimes the fall doesn't have to be during the event in order to cost a skater a win.
First skaters we'll see will be Ty Babylonia and Randy Gardner, remembered so well from their disappointment, their heartbreak in Lake Placid 4 years ago.
For the pair of Ty Babylonia and Randy Gardner, it was evident during the warm-ups of the 1980s Winter Olympics that something was very wrong. Prior to arriving at Lake Placid, Gardner was already injured with pulled leg muscles, which was further aggravated during the rehearsal.
What should have been a routine loosening up became high drama. There had been a rumor that Randy was injured, but the first lift looked okay.
The treatment of painkiller injections made matters even worse, as now Gardner was falling on the ice due to a lack of feeling in his leg. Unable to support his weight, Gardner repeatedly went down during the final warm-up and left the rink to withdraw from the competition.
Watch this fall closely, because it's not a normal fall. His legs were numb and simply couldn't hold him. They buckled underneath him.
The pair's Olympic competition was over before it began. Number 8. Letitia Hubert, 1992 Winter Olympics, Albertville. At 17 and on home soil for the Albertville Winter Olympics in 1992, French skater Letitia Hubert couldn't have had better backing when going into the event.
Building speed for a combination now. Triple loop into double toe loop. Triple loop, double toe loop.
Her involvement in the short program had gone surprisingly well, and now she was in with a chance for a medal, having placed 5th in that event.
And these are great! 5.5s, 5.4s. Unbelievable.
The second set of marks, artistic impression.
And these are great as well. Where did this girl come from?
Hubert knew that she needed to go for broke in the long program in order to stand on the podium in front of her country. Sadly, it couldn't have gone more wrong for her. She fell not once, but 4 times, and made errors across the board. In the end, she placed 15th in the program and 12th overall. Number 7. Mao Asada, 2014 Winter Olympics, Sochi. They say that the higher they climb, the harder they fall. And sadly for Mao Asada, they might be right. Prior to Sochi, Asada was the only junior competitor ever to land a triple axel, and the first senior skater to land 3 in one competition. Expectations were high going into 2014, but it was that same maneuver that cost her. Asada fell on the triple axel in 2 events, costing her a medal. However, the judging at Sochi was criticized as being too focused on her falls and not on it being so technically difficult, especially considering Yuzuru Hanyu won gold with the same reasoning that year. Number 6. Mandy Witzel and Ingo Steuer, 1994 Winter Olympics, Lillehammer. In 1994, Mandy Witzel and Ingo Steuer were a pair skating team on a mission to the top. Only 2 years after the previous Winter Olympics, and involved in an event that was already mired in controversy, yes, you, Tanya, the German skaters took to the rink and were expected to place high on the leaderboard. Yet, ironically, just as the commentator was remarking on the numerous concussions Witzel had inflicted on Steuer during their 2 years together as a team, poor Mandy plummeted chin first to the ice.
Oh, dear.
After a scary moment where it looked like Witzel couldn't catch her breath, Steuer picked her up and carried her off to a rinkside doctor who confirmed the pair had to withdraw from the competition.
Vern, I've just talked to the German team leader, Peter Krieg, and he said that Mandy has badly cut her chin. She's in the first aid room behind me having it stitched right now. He said that nothing is broken, but he said it is impossible for her to go out and skate.
Number 5. Kurt Browning, 1992 Winter Olympics, Albertville. After suffering a bad back injury only months before the 1992 Olympic Games, Kurt Browning knew that the event was probably not going to go his way.
In his free program, back problems forced Kurt to hold back. Instead of his usually packed program of triples and even a quad, he was only able to come up with doubles. And even this triple loop turned into a single.
Although he ultimately placed 6th, which is no small achievement given the circumstance, it was a far cry from the gold medal that many were expecting the Canadian to bring home, given that he was the first figure skater to complete a quadruple jump in the competition.
I've already, had my fair share of history in figure skating, but I hate to leave things unfinished. I have an opportunity to win the Olympic gold medal, and I'm going to do everything I can to do it.
But it was a fall during a triple axel that cost him a place on the podium. He was never quite the same for Olympic events thereafter, as another fall during his warm-up cost him greatly in 1994 as well, and Browning later called it a day.
Like I said, I wouldn't have changed it. I went into it aggressive and just made a mistake.
Number 4. Zhang Dan and Zhang Hao, 2006 Winter Olympics, Torino. For many watching, China's team of Zhang Dan and Zhang Hao would have been forgiven for withdrawing from the Paris event of Torino's Winter Olympics.
They perform so completely together out there on the ice. Technically, the best pair in the world.
After attempting a never-before-seen, nor landed quadruple salchow, Zhang Dan was thrown 10 feet into the air and landed awkwardly into a split.
That was a nasty fall.
The throw and the fall looked decimating and forced the pair to leave the rink immediately. Although everyone thought they were done, the pair returned after several tense minutes and finished their routine, even earning the silver medal.
Good girl. Oh my goodness.
The fall prevented the pair from making history and beating the gold medalist Russian pair as they'd intended, but the duo earned extra kudos for their drive to compete. Number 3. Jeremy Abbott, 2014 Winter Olympics, Sochi. Jeremy Abbott was a member of the U.S. figure skating team for both the 2010 and 2014 Winter Olympics. During the latter, he took home a shared bronze medal for the team event, but plans went awry for what he was expected to achieve going into the men's short program. Though not necessarily favored as a medalist, his place on the board was likely to be high, but in attempting a quadruple jump, Abbott fell and crashed into the barrier which surrounds the rink. Immediately dropping too far down from any conversations about medal winning, he regrouped and finished his performance, which is certainly no mean feat, and left the event with his head held high. Number 2. Yulia Lipnitskaya, 2014 Winter Olympics, Sochi. Though Sochi 2014 should be considered as an amazing event for the young Russian skater, Yulia Lipnitskaya, it will always be one of regrets as well. The country's youngest gold medalist achieved her victories for the team events, for the free skate and short programs respectively.
Quite incredible. The Russians increasing their lead. They were untouchable before this, and
Now they're on another planet.
Going into the individual event, she seemed destined to earn one on her own, and she would have received another gold had she not fallen when attempting a triple Salchow. She dropped from the favorite to 5th place, although few would doubt her skill and prowess. In 2017, Lipnitskaya retired from competing and now trains the next generation of figure skaters.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Michelle Kwan, 2002 Winter Olympics, Salt Lake City. Around the turn of the century, Michelle Kwan was the ice skating prodigy. By the time she retired, she was a 5-time world champion and a 9-time US champion. Kwan is also a 2-time Olympic medalist with bronze and silver around her neck. However, the only one that eluded her was the gold. Sadly, knowing full well that her time as a skater was probably drawing to a close, that all-important medal slipped out of reach. During her final Olympic event, Kwan fell on a triple flip, losing her points and leaving her in bronze position.
Toe slipped out again.
There would be no other opportunity for the figure skating legend, as injury forced her to withdraw from 2006 Olympic event, and retirement eventually called.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.